Finally, Noah and his servant reach the place after a long journey. At last, they finally obtain the class change book. After their long journey, they have finally gotten it, and with that class change book, Noah is planning to be reborn. While he sits over a cliff, his servant asks him if he is really going to use it now. Noah says that the faster the better. She then wonders how he uses it. Noah also didn't know, so he decided to try reading it since it is a book. While his servant struggles to see the book from behind, Noah proceeds to read and finds different classes. There is a warrior, magician, and alchemist, which is a rare one. He never even heard of battle mage and dragon knight. She tells Noah that she cannot see, but Noah just keeps going. Noah then finds out about the hero class and says that the reason he has been searching for that book is because of that class. He does not admire heroes. Instead, it is the exact opposite. He has journeyed there to quit that despicable class. His full name is Noah Whitefield, a level 99 hero. When someone reaches 15 years of age, they will be assigned a class by the heavens. He was born into a poor aristocratic family, living in a mostly empty region on the edge of the Drakos Empire. He thought he would live an easy life as the third son with no chance of inheritance. Then, at his coming-of-age ritual, he was given the hero class. To him, being a hero is no joke. There can only be one in the world, so they are forced to go and subjugate the demon lord. The world is at relative peace, and so he wonders why he must go and fight some demon lord he has never met, and so he just wants to live in peace. Although, all this is just his imagination. He lied and told his father that he was a farmer, to which he chastised him by saying that he was really a failure. However, thanks to that, he was set free, and so, with his aide Rory, he went on a journey to toss his class aside. It took them 5 years and they had faced death hundreds of times. Rory is a level 16 maid. Asking him to forget about that, Rory asks him to let her see, but Noah continues to ignore her. He then finds Demon Lord on the next page after Hero and realizes that being the Demon Lord is also a class. Rory loses her patience and pulls the book while asking him to show her the book. Suddenly, something starts happening. The pages come out of the book. Noah then sees that Rory is floating, but soon realizes that the time has stopped and so he cannot move. He hears a voice that says that the heavens shall confer a class upon him, and so his class changes to a monster tamer. A little later, Rory calls out for him and wakes up him. She tells him that he just sat there, blanked out for a little while. Noah asks her about the book and she tells him that it burned up. She asks him if he got a new class, but Noah forgot what it was. Rory calls him an airhead. Noah then decides to just check it out. Upon analyzing, he finds out that he has become a level 1 monster tamer with level 99 sword technique, level 88 martial arts, level 45 basic magic, level 26 recovery magic, level 1 monster captivation, and level 1 monster training. Noah is surprised that it really changed, and so his new class is monster tamer, which he has never heard of before, and so he decides to check his 2 new skills to start with. Monster captivation is his new skill, and when a monster is rendered incapacitated, there is a fixed chance it may be attached to the servant's chain. On the other hand, monster training is also his new skill, and it states that monsters under his control will follow the orders he will give them. In other words, Noah thinks of it as if he knocks out a monster, there is a fixed chance that they might join his party. To him, party members sound like fun. Rickarler ruins are the world's largest underground dungeon, an unexplored area swarming with extremely powerful monsters. It was the castle where the former demon lord, Ricaria, dwelled. Only the legendary hero Cordoba is said to have entered its deepest parts. Rory then asks him how it is, and so he tells her that it has really changed and he has become a monster tamer. It sounds good to her. At last, Noah stretches himself as they prepare to get going, since it will take them another 2 weeks to get through the dungeon. Noah asks her if he should carry the baggage. She says that it is fine since it is her job. Finally, as they decide to go to the entrance, a monster appears behind Rory and attacks her. Rory does not get enough time to react accordingly, but Noah manages to save her and attacks it with his sword. Wondering how the monster is unharmed, Noah realizes that his sword broke on his way there. Rory then calls him an airhead again. Noah then says that it was on purpose since he is planning to make it join them. Noah then jumps and attacks him with a shake paw attack. Noah then asks her how it was. She says that shake paw is meant for dogs and proceeds to call him an airhead, but Noah becomes sad and says that he will admit that he is an airhead and asks her to not sulk. In any case, Rory asks him to look at the monster and says that it should have been incapacitated, so she wonders why is it turning into mist. Noah wonders if it was a failure and if it will not join them. Rory then says that success will not come so easily. They then decide to get going. A week has passed since he became a monster tamer, but it is weird since he still has not made a single party member. Even though he has knocked out all the monsters he has seen, but the monsters do not leave a corpse after dying, so it means he has failed if they turn into mist. Rory then asks him if he really needs to incapacitate them, to which Noah agrees and says that he always makes sure to send them packing. Rory wonders and asks him if his level is too low. Noah then checks and realizes that his level has not risen at all. He then wonders just how a monster tamer levels up. From monster training, Rory says that maybe he needs to teach a golem how to be used as a club. Noah loses his patience and says that he gives up since there is too much he does not get. Suddenly, he hears a crashing sound and wonders what it was. Noah and Rory see that some people are fighting a monster. They use a fireball on it, but they are shocked to see that it did not work on it. Noah knows that it will not work on a minotaur. As one might expect from its looks, the minotaur has a high magic resistance. Rory asks Noah if they should help them. Noah denies and decides to just observe them for now since he does not want to be blamed for stealing their prey. He also notices that Party and feels jealous about one guy surrounded by two girls. Suddenly, the minotaur is dominating them. The guy gets hit by the minotaur and asks Yuria and Marin to run away. However, she decides to heal him, but he tells her to just stay away. Kite throws rocks at him while calling him a big oaf and provoking him to fight. Realizing that it looks bad, Noah decides to jump in since that guy is a real bother. Before the minotaur could attack Kite, Noah dashes towards it and hits it. He then apologizes for the intrusion. Kite asks him about his identity, but Noah says that it does not matter and tells them to find some safe ground. The minotaur gets up, and so Noah wonders if he held back too much. Therefore, he decides to get a bit more serious. However, he notices a chain in the minotaur's neck and wonders if it actually works since it does not show any hostility. At the same time, Kite shouts from behind and says that it is dangerous and he should hurry and run. Noah had actually forgotten about him. He wants to try some things, but he cannot while he is there. Noah then gets an idea and orders the minotaur to extend its hands. The minotaur obeyed with no complaint. Noah is happy to see that and finds it getting interesting. He wants to try more and more things, but before that, he tells them to run while they can. He acts like he is struggling and says that he will hold it back, so they better hurry up since he cannot hold on much longer. They then realize that Noah cannot fight properly as long as they are in the way. Kite calls out for him. Noah is not irritated by him since he just wants to experiment. Kite introduces himself as Kite Dickens and asks him for his name. Kite thanks Noah and requests him to find some way to survive. After they leave, Noah and the minotaur stop acting like they are fighting. Rory then comes to Noah and asks him if it is over. Noah apologizes to her for the wait. Upon analyzing, Noah gets to know that it is a level 45 standard minotaur. Noah decides to look more into it. The servant's chain is proof that a monster has been captured through monster captivation. The target will obey the monster tamer who captured it. Noah calls it a neat skill and wonders if he changed in any way. Noah then finds out that he is now a level 2 monster tamer with monster captivation and monster training leveled up to 2. He understood that he needed to capture monsters and then he will level up. However, quite a few unknowns remain, like the chance of a successful capture. At the same time, Rory introduces herself to the minotaur. She then asks her master Noah about the monster's name. They feel pity for the minotaur since it does not have any name. Therefore, Noah names it Mino and Rory finds it cute. Finally, they decide to head for the exit. On their way out, Mino gives Rory a ride over its shoulder. It keeps a look around and protects them. As Noah wakes up, he realizes that it keeps watch, moves rubble out of the way, and more than anything else, it is strong. He just has to take care of the occasional problem and he finds it as a true bliss. Suddenly, Rory falls down. Noah asks her if she is scared of bugs. Rory then tells him that it is not like that and tells him to look there. Noah then wonders if it is blood from an adventurer, and it appears as if something had happened nearby. The trail runs deeper, and so they decide to stay vigilant and continue. As they continue to follow the blood trail, Noah sees the guy that he saved earlier. They were too late and could not save him. They find one of his teammates who is also dead. While looking for the third one, they find her while she is still alive. Rory runs towards her to help her. Noah asks her to wait, it is too late already. The ground cracks and a monster comes out of the ground and attacks Rory. Noah dashes towards her and saves her once again. He then orders Mino to attack the monster. Soon enough, Noah tells Mino and Rory to be careful and not make any sudden movements. It seems that they have been surrounded. Only death awaits the weak. Noah is being attacked with arrows. Noah notices this and realizes that if they are using these, then it must be a red cap. It is fast, but Noah had already gotten used to its movements. Noah was about to take it down with a punch, but he suddenly noticed an arrow heading towards Rory. He makes a shallow blow on the red cap and dashes towards Rory since she is more important. Noah breaks the arrow with his hand and asks Rory if she is alright. Seeing her in her turtle defense, Noah understands that she is fine. Rory then says that she is fine and requests him to save that person. Noah asks her to leave it to him and he tells Mino to send them flying. As Noah reaches that person, he sees that she is stabbed with a sword. While he leaves the fighting to Mino, he tries to save her by healing her in case she is still alive. Healing magic is not his specialty, but he has plenty of mana. If he just pours in enough mana, then he can boost her life force. Noah realizes that she will die from blood loss if he just pulls the sword out. He decides to let her wounds heal and expel the sword naturally. Rory then comes to Noah and asks him about her condition. He tells her that she needs more time, but she will make it. At the same time, the red cap gets up. Noah thinks that his blow was really too shallow and now it is not a good time. The red cap dashes towards Noah but then goes past him. Noah is surprised to see that and wonders if it really joined them. Noah then spots the chain in its neck and understands that it is activated somehow. He then decides to leave that for later since that person needs healing. Finally, the sword comes out of the person and Noah takes a breath of relief. Nino is also done by that time and Noah appreciates its work. He then remembers about the red cap and decides to confirm some things. The red cap is a level 43 goblin named as Jelenka Doran Herbert Grisham. Noah is shocked by the long name of that goblin and wonders why it has such a cool name. Rory finds it cute. Finally, Noah has understood the requirement to make others join them. With both Mino and Jelenka, he did not kill them with a single blow. So, by incapacitated, it probably means a near-death state. At the same time, the person wakes up and wonders where she is. As she opens her eyes, she sees Mino in front of her and screams while praying. Noah tries to calm her down but she just faints. After some time, when she wakes up, she thanks Noah for gracing her with his help. Noah says that it is not a big deal but she insists by denying it and says that it will not do. She must pay her respect both to his merciful soul and the Saint Mura's guidance. She introduces herself as Marin Rainophalis, a priest, and wonders about his identity. Noah understands that trying to explain to her in detail will be a pain. Therefore, he just introduces himself as Noah, a monster tamer. While she wonders what it means to be a monster tamer, Noah tells her that he raises and trains monsters. It is a class that lets him create party members. He then tells her that Mino has already joined his cause so she does not have to worry. Marin then goes to Kite and Yuria and prays for them. Noah asks her if they were together for a long time, to which she responds by saying that they only formed a party the other day but Kite was a truly kind person. She is not used to adventuring, so he paid close attention to her and Yuria was just as kind towards her. Noah then says that it may be a difficult request if she wants, then they can take her to the exit since they were headed there anyway. Marin grabs Noah's hand and thanks him. Noah blushes as she squeezes his hand. He tries his best to pay it no heed. Rory just stares at him from behind. When Noah asks her what happened, she just says nothing at all. At last, they went on their way. Marin asks Noah if the only ones there are the two of them and their followers. She then wonders why would just the two of them come to a place like that. Noah knows that he cannot say that he came to quit being a hero. Therefore, he says that a lot has led to this and some things are best left unspoken. Marin gets shocked and apologizes to him. While Mino and Jelenka fight the other monsters, Noah and Marin continue to talk. Marin asks Noah about his rank. She tells him that she is still rank D but if he can tame a minotaur then he is at least, and Noah is surprised to know that she is rank D and wonders if it is some sort of test. Suddenly, a monster comes to attack them but Noah easily manages to kill it but he gets too close to Marin. She happily says that he is so powerful. Rory on the other hand just stares at them. After some time, they are finally able to see the exit. Finally, they are back above the ground. Marin apologizes for dragging the whole party down. Noah says that it is fine since they were not in a rush. Noah tells her that that area is basically a tourist attraction so she can just jump on a cart and she will get back to the city. Marin then wonders and asks him if he is not going to join her in the cart. Noah tells her that they are free and careless travelers and cart does not suit them, and then there are Mino and Jelenka as well. Besides, he does not even have any documentation and he has no public records. He has been avoiding it the whole time. Someone would need to cast Analyze on him, and he does not want to be outed as a hero. As a result of avoiding questioning, they have never entered towns and have lived in the wild. Though he wants to let Rory sleep on a soft bed. Seeing her slump like that, Noah finds her cute and thinks that staying with her might be worth it. Suddenly, Noah starts to feel some pain and he asks Rory why is she pinching him. At last, Marin thanks them and they proceed to depart. Marin says that he seems to be blessed by Saint Mura. Noah laughs and thanks her for the kind words. After they leave, Marin sits on a bench and thinks about all that happened. She realizes that she cannot get weak. The words of His Holiness are the words of Saint Mura and she has to get her hands on the class change book. While on their way, Noah says that the road has become a bit perilous and come to think of it, they have never been there nor to the ruins before. He then decides to rest for the day. They will find some fresh water and then set up a camp there. Rory says that she will make dinner and Noah leaves that part to her. Noah then asks Jelenka to scout ahead. Jelenka rapidly climbs up the tree and looks around. It then points in the direction of fresh water. After reaching there, Noah is happy to see such a nice waterfront. Noah then decides to go and look for food and asks Rory to just stay there and wash herself. She will be making the meal so he wants to put in some work of his own. Noah then orders Jelenka to stay and look after Rory while he orders Mino to come with him. Noah then asks Rory what she wants to eat, then just says meal with a drolling face. Noah then leaves with Mino and says that it is a match to catch their first prey. After looking around for a while, Noah is the first one to catch the prey and so he wins while Mino just gets sad about it. At the same time, Noah notices an ogre. Nino prepares to attack it, but Noah stops it and says that he will handle it. Ogres usually live in packs, so he is quite lucky to find one alone. This is the perfect chance for him to test his theory. Noah jumps down to attack it and prepares to hold back as much as he can and avoid hitting its weak spot. With Noah's one hit, the ogre falls back and hits the tree behind it. The ogre does not turn on to miss, so Noah understands that he managed to hold back, and now that ogre has the servant's chain. This confirms Noah's theory that incapacitated means near death. Suddenly, the ogre says that it will follow its master's orders faithfully. Nino then goes to it and says that he will train it well and he will be his sworn younger brother. The ogre is looking forward to it. Noah is quite surprised by that and asks them why can they suddenly speak. Nino then tells him that they are not speaking in the human language and he is the one who is changed. Noah then realizes that he has leveled up. Nino then says that he is always making such strained expressions and slaps behind him. Noah goes out flying and falls in watch while cussing Mino and saying that he will regret it. Noah comes to the surface of the water and says that if it was anyone but him, then they would have died. Noah then turns around and sees Ruri standing naked in the water. He yells that it is just a misunderstanding and it is really all Mino's fault. At the same time, Jaranka comes to Noah and speaks. Noah is surprised to see that it can also speak. Jaranka puts his blade on Noah's neck and asks him to end themselves. It is the duty of a vassal to admonish their liege, and so he asks Noah to end it. Noah yells again and says that it is just a misunderstanding. Jaranka then says that he has committed a horrendous act like peeping and asks him to get to it and he will follow right after him. Rory says that she is disappointed in him. Noah is now quite angry at Mino. Marin returns to the town and walks to her place. On her way there, she hears two guys talking about the quest that is there once again. One of them says that he is not getting near the Rikarla ruin since that monster nest is no good. Even the S-rank craze, the Raging Gale, turned it down. But he did see some guys take it recently. The other guy gets surprised and wonders what sort of bums were they, and they laugh while saying that they are probably long dead. Marin feels ashamed of that and simply walks away silently. Calcutta is the Draco's Empire's imperial capital, the center of the courts, the military, and the believers in all corners of the continent. The main cathedral of Mura's church also lies there. It is a major city. At St. Adriana's Grand Cathedral, Marin enters and bows in front of St. Mura, informing them about her return. The sisters there come to Marin and are glad to see her safe. Marin asks them where is His Holiness, and the sisters tell her that they think he is in the prayer room. Marin requests an audience with him and decides to purify her body. Marin goes into her bathroom and removes her clothes. Then she pours water over herself with a bucket and submerges herself in the bathtub. She feels quite relaxed from that and says that her soul is getting cleansed and she is truly thankful to be alive. After some time, she goes into the prayer room while excusing for the intrusion. She sits down and thanks His Holiness, the Pope, for permitting her visit. His Holiness orders her to cease the pleasantries and report. His Holiness' name is Luctia Rianafios, a Pope. Marin bows in front of him and says that she was not able to fulfill her duties given by His Holiness. The adventurers who went with her passed away in the ruins and she nearly fell together with them, but was soon saved. His Holiness orders her to go and find more adventurers since they must gain the class change book. Marin insists by saying that it is too perilous. Despite the extraordinary reward of 50 gold pieces, only 2 adventurers accepted the quest. The danger is so great that even S-rank adventurers refuse to go there to the Rikarla ruins. There are only 28 of them in the entire world, and even someone who is ignorant of the world like Marin knows of these living legends who are like heroes from fairy tales. Defeating a dragon in a single blow, taking on the Wipers, who are said to swarm the heavens, yet those people did not even glance at all. Marin thinks that such a quest is impossible. In that case, His Holiness orders her to increase the reward tenfold to 500 gold pieces. Marin is stunned to hear that. She understands that he truly wants her little brother to inherit his seat as Pope. She then recalls that her father also was not born with the class of Pope. To fulfill the family's fate, he received a revelation from Lady Mura and went out to find the class change book. This allowed him to inherit the Pope's seat, just as what his father had done. And now, it is her younger brother's turn. The heritage of the Rianafios shall continue. However, Marin wonders why must she face such danger for her brother. Marin requests His Holiness to forgive her for opining too much. His Holiness gives her permission to speak. Marin then says that they are trying to keep the church's involvement a secret, pretending that it is just an individual request to search the ruins since others must not know of it. The way she sees it is that the subjugation of a dragon only pays 1 gold piece. For an individual to be able to pay 500 gold pieces is too suspicious. His Holiness hits his stick on the floor and asks Marin if she is saying that she cannot do it. Marin denies it and says that she shall strive with all her strength. In that case, His Holiness tells her that she must get the class change book and present it to him. While saying that she understood, Marin wonders just who will accept such a dangerous quest. Suddenly, she recalls Noah and thinks that he might help her out of his kindness. His Holiness calls out for Marin, but she does not hear at once. After she responds to him, he asks her if she has anything else to report. Marin then asks His Holiness if he knows about the class of monster Tamer. His Holiness is a bit surprised to hear that and asks her what she just said. Marin then tells him that the traveler who saved her said that he was a monster tamer. However, she was not able to ask further. His Holiness asks her about his name and she recalls it as Noah Whitefield. Back in the forest, Noah asks Ruri how long he has to sit like that. Jelenka asks his master to rightfully admit his guilt. Noah says that it was Mino she shoved him. Mino then says that it was just a gentle poke and there was no way he could have known that he would go flying. Noah tells him to use his brain and not try to dodge the guilt. Suddenly, Ruri stomps hard on the ground and Noah and Mino get scared. She says that Master Noah is not reflecting at all and so Jelenka pulls out his sword. Noah yells and tells him to stop and put the sword down. He then says that he has finally changed classes after searching for 5 years and dying after only 2 weeks is as if he is a cicada. Ruri says that he is certainly as loud as one. Regardless of that, Noah asks her to also acknowledge that Mino did push him. Noah requests her to take all of the facts into account. Ruri asks Jelenka if it is true since she does not understand what Mino says. Jelenka simply nods and so taking facts into account, Ruri says that the verdict is eye-crushing. Noah yells and says that it is too much since it will affect the rest of his life. Ruri says that it is since she will take care of him for the rest of his life. At first, Noah does not get it but then he yells again and says that it is not the issue here. Ruri says that Noah is being selfish and thinks for a while. As Noah wonders what is it now, Ruri walks over to Noah and sits over his legs. While Noah continues to wonder what she is trying to do, Ruri hands him a brush and tells him that his punishment will be to brush her hair and for now, Master Noah will be her aide. Noah simply agrees with her and does as she says. Mino then says that it is good for his master and with it, the case is closed. Noah on the other hand says that he will never forget what happened today. In any case, Ruri asks Noah if he can understand what they are saying and she asks him about the new monster and says that they are growing. While the ogre looked at them from a distance, Noah apologizes and asks her to wait for a second. Noah then analyzes and finds out that it is a level 32 ogre named Chappie. Ruri finds his name cute too. At the same time, Noah notices that his level also increased and a new skill has appeared. Comprehend monster language makes it possible to understand the speech of certain monsters. Noah thinks that it might be the most convenient skill yet. A little later, Ruri says to Noah that it is fine now and she will do the rest. Ruri stands up by jumping and says that she will make dinner while suggesting him to go and bathe. Noah asks her if it is alright and Ruri says that he stinks a bit. Noah is shocked to hear that. At night, after having dinner, Noah notices Ruri sleeping and thinks that she has always been on her feet. Even though the new party members have lessened her burden, he still thanks her for her hard work. On the other hand, Mino yells and tells the other 2 of his companions to not miss a single monster. Jelenka tells him to quiet down as he might make Miss Ruri. Chappie on the other hand says that he will do his best. Noah wonders if having different personalities is for the best since he has the direct Mino, the calm Glanka, and the timid Chappie. Noah yawns and says that he should get some sleep as well and orders the 3 of his party members to keep an eye out. The next day, after everyone gets ready, Noah tells them that from there on, they will go deeper into the forest. More monsters will be popping out so they will advance while it is bright and find a place with a good overview to camp for the night. Their goal is to reach the neighboring kingdom. While they are on their way to reach the neighboring kingdom, Jelenka asks his master Noah if he is willing to lend him an ear. After Noah gives him permission to speak, Jelenka says once more that he vows to dutifully serve him so he just has one request. Jelenka requests his master Noah to allow him to become a knight. Noah is surprised to hear that and asks him if he wants a horse. Noah knows that a knight is a warrior who fights while riding and since there are fellow monsters of his who are capable, he shall allow it. He then comes up with the idea of goblin riders. Noah then agrees and says that while they are in the forest, they can try to find a new member which suits him. Jelenka is quite happy to hear that and thanks him. Seeing Jelenka so happy, Ruri asks Noah what Jelenka wants. Noah then tells her that it seems like he is aiming to become a knight. Ruri is amazed to hear that. Nino calls Jelenka stubby and asks him why is he making requests to their master of his own accord. Jelenka says that it is a reward for his dutifulness and it does not concern the likes of him. Moreover, Jelenka calls him Bigun. Nino says that his name is Mino, given by their master. Jelenka then tells him to refer to him as Jelenka Doran Herbert Grisham. Mino shouts and says that it is too damn long. Ruri then says to Noah that Mino might be suited to be a bandit and Noah agrees with her. On the other hand, Chappie says to Noah that he will also be helpful to his master. Noah tells him to not stress it and just take it slow. Ruri then asks Noah if Chappie is a boy and so Noah wonders the same. Ruri then says that boys should not act like that. Rory then tells Chappie to give her his hand. She grabs one of his fingers and happily says that it should calm him. Noah looks at her and says that she might be suited to be a monster tamer. They then get back on their journey. After some time, they find a village. To think that there can be a village this deep in the forest, they assume it to be a stout village instead. As they go near the village and try to talk with one of the villagers, they start screaming upon seeing the monsters and run inside the village. Now that he has done it, Noah realizes that he should have hidden Mino, Jelenka, and Chappie in the forest. Nino, on the other hand, asks his master if they should chase them since they are fleeing. Everyone goes into their houses and shuts their doors. As they approach the entrance of the village, Noah understands that it is going to be a pain. Suddenly, someone tells him to stop right there. She says that she does not think that he will understand, but he shall leave at once, and calls them damned monsters. Noah tells her not to worry since they are his party members and they do not harm anyone. Noah then introduces himself as Noah, a monster tamer. She is shocked to hear that and does not believe him. Seeing her ears, Noah understands that she is an elf and it is his first time seeing one. Suddenly, she attacks Noah, but he manages to dodge it. She then says that the people living in that village treat monsters and humans equally as enemies, and so she is afraid that he will have to die there. Somewhere in the forest, a lot of monsters appear and they are heading towards the village. On the other hand, Noah asks the elf to hold on for a minute, but she denies from discussing and attacks them with her bow. Nino is prepared to fight her, but Noah stops him. Noah says that if anyone threatens him, whether they are a human or a monster, he will fight them with all his might and full intent to kill them. He then asks the elf if she is prepared with a deadly stare. The elf gets intimidated by Noah but says that she will not fall for such intimidation. Suddenly, the elf notices that they are back. While Noah wonders what she means by that, Noah soon hears someone heading towards them. When he turns around and looks towards the forest, he sees a lot of wild dogs attacking them. The elf shoots arrows over the wild dogs to kill them and shouts at them to not get near the village. Seeing her such impressive shots, Noah assumes that she is either a hunter or a ranger. However, the situation does not favor her at all. Therefore, Noah orders Mino and Jelenka to kill all those monsters. Jelenka dashes towards them while saying that the honor of being his greatest soldier belongs to him. Mino, on the other hand, tells him to wait up and calls him a shorty. Chappie asks his master to let him go as well. However, Noah orders Rory and Chappie to stay there. Chappie feels bad about it, so Rory holds his finger once again. Noah then asks Chappie to make sure to protect Rory and that he is counting on her. Chappie then happily says that he will protect Miss Rory, and so Rory says that she will also protect Chappie. Noah asks her to just hold still. On the other hand, Jelenka begins to kill all the wild dogs with his swiftness. Mino uses his brute force and axe to kill all of them. They are determined to not let a single one escape. Nino proudly asks Jelenka how it was, to which Jelenka says that there was not even a shred of elegance. They begin to fight again and Noah tells them to take this seriously. The elf is quite stunned to see that and asks Noah to explain himself, as she is wondering why the monsters are fighting each other. Noah then reminds her that those guys are with him. While Mino and Jelenka continue to kill the wild dogs, one of the wild dogs slips past Jelenka and heads towards Noah. Jelenka is disappointed to see that one got through his leech. Noah then says that it is not a problem since he felt like having one of them join them anyway. Noah knows that the wild dogs are way too weak and he cannot avoid killing them. Therefore, he tries his best to hold back. As the wild dog dashes towards Noah to attack, Noah brings up his lead and the dog gets hit by it. The self-destruction plan of Noah was a success. Rory feels sorry for the puppy and Noah says that it cannot be helped as it is a monster too. In any case, it somehow worked and the wild dog joined them. The dog seems very cute to Rory and Noah. Rory thinks of giving it a name, but Noah asks her to hold on while he checks if it already has one. Upon analyzing, they find out that it is a level 15 wild dog named Bao. Rory really wanted to name it but couldn't. Noah then understands from goblins, ogres, and wild dogs that the monsters who live in packs also tend to have names, while on the other hand, monsters like Mino who live on by themselves do not have a name. The elf is quite surprised to see and wonders what just happened, since the monster that was assaulting them is now just sitting there and wagging its tail. Noah then says that it is just as he said, that he is a monster tamer, and asks her if she believes him now. At the same time, Mino says that it is over and he won. However, Jelenka says that he took out 44 while Mino got 43 and disrespects him by asking whether the big head of his is just for show. Mino gets angry and says that maybe he will make him his final target. Jelenka continues to provoke him. Noah claps his hands and tells them to cut it out. The elf is really stunned and wonders if a monster tamer has really appeared in the village at a time like that. The wild dog then introduces himself to Mino as Bao and asks him to take care of him. Mino is happy to see a newcomer and says that he now has a new sworn brother. The elf jumps down and asks Noah if he is really a monster tamer. After the confirmation, the elf bows down in front of him and requests him to save that village. After some time, the elf apologizes for all that happened and says that it is proper manners to introduce yourself first. She then introduces herself as Alyssa, a ranger. Noah then introduces herself and his attendant, Rory. Finally, Alyssa thanked Noah and Rory for their aid just now. Noah asks her not to worry about it since it was not all that much. Alyssa then says that this village is the elves' hidden village. Besides Alyssa, there is nothing but children and the elderly there. Noah asks her if something happened. Alyssa then tells them that around 1 year ago, a dragon settled down in that area, and ever since that day, the village has been under assault, as they just saw. Upon hearing about the dragon, Noah thinks that it is common for monsters to form packs, but those are limited to members of the same species. However, on rare occasions, a powerful monster can occupy an area, turn it into its territory, and create a giant pack containing all kinds of monsters. And then, it may start exterminating all other living creatures in its territory, and the prime example of that is the dragon. Soaring through the sky, it creates new territories as it pleases. Noah has nothing much to say about it except that it was bad luck. Alyssa tells him that they chose to fight if only they could drive off the dragon. However, none of the warriors returned. The remaining youths did all they could to protect the village, but their numbers gradually fell, until her last comrade died the previous day. Noah understands that it is heavy. He starts to feel embarrassed about thinking that they are so lucky that there is a dragon and they can add it to the party. Noah asks her if they have not considered fleeing, to which she replies that they cannot do that. That is the place that has been protected by their ancestors, but more than that, if they leave that forest, then they will soon be kidnapped and live the rest of their lives as slaves. Noah understands and apologizes for asking that. Elves fetch a high price. There is no mistaking that the Empire has banned the trade of human beings. However, those rights do not apply to demi-humans such as elves, dwarfs, and beastmen. Elves in particular are sought after due to their similar looks, long lifespans, and beauty, male or female. This is also the first time Noah has seen an elf, and Alcy certainly is a beauty according to him. Alyssa then says that if he is capable of controlling monsters, then even controlling a dragon should be possible for him. If the dragon leaves, then the pack's attacks are likely to stop as well. Alyssa then bows down in front of Noah and begs him to help her save the village. Noah asks her to raise her head. Alyssa then says that as a reward, she promises him 50 gold pieces. Noah acknowledges that it is enough to buy a mansion. He again asks her to raise her head. He assures her not to worry about the rewards as she can just leave it to him. Alyssa is surprised to hear that and asks if he is serious about it. Noah then asks her about the dragon's location, and so she tells him that its nest is on the mountain's peak. Noah then orders his party members to protect that place while he is gone. Nino says that they are on their house-sitting duty. Noah then orders Bao to come with him. Rory asks Noah if she also has to stay. Noah asks her to just sit tight this time since it is a dragon after all. Noah and Bao prepare to depart, and Noah asks Bao to remember the way back. However, Noah is interrupted by Alyssa. She asks him if they will not attack them. Rory then says that they are well behaved. Noah and Bao then head towards the mountain's peak. Noah apologizes to Alyssa in his mind because all that is making him a bit excited. He wonders what the real deal is like about the dragon. Back in the city, someone is detecting some magical power. She assumes that they have found it. The huge guy says that it is black, and then the lady says that the response is an ancient class dragon. While the two S-rank heroes discuss the ancient class dragon, everyone else gossips about their presence. The lady asks him to give her a break. The huge guy says that an ancient class will be difficult with just the two of them. The lady then says that she is contacting Drake right away. The lady hates being in the sticks. She just wants to get home and shut herself in the laboratory. The huge guy then asks her not to say that and just think of it as an adventure. Regardless, this time, it is an order from His Highness. The lady then contacts Drake and asks him if he can hear her. Drake greets Haya and Sherry and asks how they are since it has been a while. She asks him to forget the greetings and asks him where he is at that time. A viper attacks him and he kills it with one punch while telling her that he is in the north and just doing a little viper extermination quest. Seeing him do another quest, she asks him what he plans to do with all that money. Haya then says that money is precious as it enriches your life. In any case, she asks him to hurry up and get over to them. Drake then asks her where they are. She tells him that they are in a town near the Rikarla ruins. The target is in the Forest of Monsters. Drake finds it interesting when the ancient dragon is mentioned. He tells her that he just completed the quest, so he will head over there. The trip should take him around 5 days. Drake has finally been granted a noble title. From now on, he will not just be working as a subject but as one of His Majesty's retainers. He then ends the talk with them. On the other hand, Noah thought that they would be there as soon as they reach the peak, but there is still a bit more left. Suddenly, a monster attacks Noah, but he easily kills it. Noah feels bad now that he did it again for the 10th time. He wanted to expand their ranks a bit more, but holding back is hard for him. Suddenly, Bao jumps over Noah and says that he is amazing to take out the monsters in one hit. After hearing that, Noah feels great and says that maybe he is really amazing, and if Bao says so then there is no mistake. Noah finds it soothing. Patting and playing with a pet is the simple life that he has always dreamed about. Noah then asks Bai if he has ever seen the dragon since he lived there. Bao then says that it has never seen the dragon. Noah had expected that since in his case, he supposed that he had seen the emperor before, though he did not particularly want to. Bao was a low-ranking pack member. Suddenly, Bao calls out for his master and says that it feels like the air has changed. Finally, the dragon had shown itself. Noah is amazed to see such a big dragon. The dragon suddenly attacks Noah. The dragon finally shows up and Noah is surprised to see how big it is. Noah pats Bao and asks him to find somewhere safe and take shelter. Bao wishes Noah luck and leaves. Now then Noah prepares himself. He first analyzes the dragon. It is a level 66 sky dragon with no name. Noah now knows that it has its flames for long-range attacks and bites for close range. The dragon roars and says Noah not to think that he can leave alive and attacks. Noah is surprised to see that it can talk as well. Noah thinks that after getting the comprehend language skill, the only ones he has been able to understand are the monsters on his side. The sky dragon also realizes that he is a monster tamer. Noah asks the sky dragon how he knows his class. The sky dragon tells Noah that he was targeted by one in the distant past and the only humans capable of understanding him have been monster tamers. The sky dragon then says that the underling that he has brought along is also weak and puny. Noah does not like to hear that. That person also only brought weaklings along. That is just the limit of what monster tamers can do. Noah bursts out of anger and says that Bo's cuteness is max level. In any case, Noah asks the dragon if he knows about monster tamers. The sky dragon tells Noah that his skill is monster captivation. He then says that Noah's chance of success against someone with a higher level is only 2% and he cannot accomplish anything with that. Noah recalls when he was told that anyone with a lower level will join her and wonders if she bragged. The dragon then asks if the wild dog is level 15 and assumes Noah to be somewhere around that level at best. However, Noah thinks that there might be a giant misunderstanding taking place as he used to be a level 99 hero. He is not 100% sure yet, but he decides to try sorting it out. Noah's previous class was a level 99 hero, and he is now a level 5 monster tamer. It appears to him like his past level is part of the total, and so in total, he is level 104. Noah then thinks that if the dragon is actually saying the truth, then the 40th floor of the Rikarla ruins was crawling with monsters over level 80. Among them, the one he met with the highest level was the level 91 guardian golem. Noah then thinks that the monsters with a lower level than his that he did not finish off will always join his party. Therefore, thinking that there is no monster that will not join his party makes him excited and assumes that he is the strongest. The sky dragon calls him a pathetic monster tamer and attacks him while saying that the story time is over. The sky dragon attacks with flames, but Noah easily destroys the dragon's attack. The sky dragon is shocked to see that. He then compliments Noah for evading it and says that it will not happen again. However, Noah easily evades the dragon's attack once again. Noah then mocks it by asking if that is really all a dragon can do. The dragon takes the bait and roars while telling Noah to not push his luck. As he dashes towards Noah to bite him, Noah kicks him hard under his face. Noah then climbs over it and slams it. The dragon panics and wonders what is happening as it is unable to move. Noah then asks the dragon what should he do about him and wonders how should he incapacitate him. The dragon starts sweating upon hearing that. Noah then says that from now on, he will be joining his party. Noah then decides to check the monster captivation's requirements. He recalls that there is a fixed chance to gain control over an incapacitated monster, but the exact meaning of incapacitated is still vague at best. He wonders if it only counts when it is on the brink of death or if are there any other ways to incapacitate. Therefore, Noah decides to conduct an inspection. As long as the servant's chain activates, he should be fully healed anyway. The dragon wonders what this guy is exactly saying. At last, Noah gets started by first breaking a tooth of the dragon. The dragon screams quite a lot and Noah says that it was just the first one. The sky dragon wonders what is it doing exactly. Noah then says that it is just an inspection just like he said earlier. The dragon still panics as it cannot move an inch. He is surprised to see the absurd amount of strength of Noah's left hand. Noah then says that physically beating something half to death will incapacitate it, and so he wonders if it is also possible to mentally incapacitate something. For now, he just decides to break its fangs. After the fangs come the claws, and if that is not enough, then he will go after the scales until it yield to him, until it is mentally incapacitated. Noah continues to break the fangs of the dragon and a lot of blood spills. Noah then remembers that it does not have a name. Therefore, he says that if it yields to him, he will give it a cute name. It continues, the dragon says that it swears loyalty from the bottom of its heart. Now that it yields after 25 fangs, Noah says that it went faster than expected and calls him a puppy. Later on, the dragon gives Noah a ride. Noah is amazed to see how high up they are and continues to call him a puppy after every sentence. Little later, the dragon tries to speak something about the name but then stops in between. In any case, Noah had something that he wanted to ask the dragon. He assumes that it knows a lot about monster tamers. The dragon tells him that he has met just one in the past. Noah asks if they were weak and the dragon tells him that the female was just a pushover. From his point of view, only inferior monsters accompanied her, unlike this bastard, Noah. However, Noah interrupts it for calling him a bastard. He continued to interrupt him multiple times. Noah then peels off the dragon's scales while telling him to learn how to speak properly. Puppy then calls him master and says that she did not come off as particularly powerful. It was surprised back then. It was the first time it met someone who understood it. The dragon only remembers what she told him back then, and she fled as soon as it wiped out her underlings. She told him that someday she will definitely make her join her, and those were her parting words. Noah then asks Puppy how long ago was that. While Noah thinks that if that woman is still alive, then there can be a lot he can ask her, Puppy tells him that it was about 1,000 years ago. Noah feels disappointed to think that just when he finally got a hint, it turned out to be ancient history. Moreover, he says to Puppy that there is something else that he wants to ask him. Noah then asks Puppy how it could speak with him. Puppy then tells him that since he has lived for a long time, he eventually gained a conscience. Usually, lower monsters do not have one. Noah then looks at Bao and thinks that it can talk like it is nothing. The sky dragon then says that monsters form packs, but the only thing in their minds is to kill humans. Noah then wonders if monster training is the reason why Bao can speak. He then concludes that it would be inconvenient if they could not understand each other. At the same time, Bao says that it can see the village. Noah then orders Puppy to land over there. Seeing the dragon come towards them, Mino and others prepare themselves to fight. Noah then shows up and asks them not to worry. Puppy then requests his master to get off. Alyssa is quite stunned to see the dragon and wonders if Noah really made it. Noah then says that he kept his promise and Puppy is their new friend. Rory finds its name cute. Jelanka says that he has awaited Noah's return, while Mino says to Alyssa that it is just as he told her, that all would be well if their master was involved. Noah pats Rory and asks her if anything happened in his absence, and she says nothing since last time. Mino then says that he is there and he would chase away anyone who would show up. Noah laughs and says that he could see that. Jelanka then says that his presence is unnecessary since he will probably just destroy the village. Mino finds it cruel. A little later, Alyssa calls out for Sir Noah and is left speechless by Noah's work. Noah laughs and reminds her that he told her not to worry about it. Alyssa then says that he is just like the hero spoken about in the village. While Noah wonders what she means by hero, Alyssa tells him that it is a heroic tale that only exists in the village's folklore. Long ago, there was a small kingdom near there that raised an army to capture the elves. Their army is said to have been 5,000 to 10,000 strong men. At that time, a young girl happened to be staying in the village who went and defeated the enemy's army. It is said that she won by controlling monsters. Afterwards, she scorched the entire country, and from saplings, she grew a forest. That forest grew and protected them from further human invasions. The name of that legendary hero was Ricarla. Noah asks her to repeat once again, thinking that he misheard something. Puppy once again calls Noah a brat and says that it is unexpected since the monster tamer he met 1,000 years ago also called herself Ricarla. Noah scares Puppy for calling him a brat. Puppy apologizes and requests his master to not peel his scales. Noah then allows him to call him whatever he wants, as correcting him is annoying. Noah then once again asks her name. He is stunned to know that her name is Ricarla. Noah finds it terrible. Puppy's testimony proves that Ricarla is not a legend. Among humans, Ricarla is the name of the demon lord and he has the same class as her. Noah wonders if he has become a demon lord that must be subjugated. He then tries to calm himself down by saying that he is not a demon lord and he is actually a former hero. Recalling the class change book, he remembers that the next to the hero in the class change book was the demon lord's page and again starts to panic. While Mino wonders what Noah is trying to do, Rory wonders if he ate something weird. Puppy then asks Noah what will he do now. As Noah wonders what he means by that, Puppy tells him that he has taken his place and now he stands at the peak of that forest. That is to say, he is its lord now. Everything in that forest will follow his order. While everyone is proud of their master's greatness, Noah just panics and asks them to hold on a bit. He then shouts and says that he is not the demon lord. After a long talk outside the village, seeing that the sun has already set, Alyssa invites Noah to come and rest in the village for that night. Noah wonders if it is alright, and so Alyssa assures him about it. She opens the door and announces that she has good news, that Noah, the monster tamer, has saved their village. She welcomes Noah to the hidden village of the elves. Noah feels a bit embarrassed since there was no one to greet him. The hidden village of elves is a bit different from what Noah imagined. It is so rural that there are even cows. It is an elven village, so he imagined a field of blooming flowers with fairies dancing over them. Noah then says to his party members that they will be going in for a bit. He apologizes and says that they will have to sleep outside only in order to avoid causing a fuss. Puppy says that monsters normally sleep in the wilderness, and at any rate, lying on top of the grass puts him at ease and says that if he does not need him then he shall sleep. Mino then asks the others about themselves. Jalanka says that he will be the night lookout. Chappie says that he will be okay as well. Bao says that he wants to be together with his master. Noah allows him to come along. Mino and Jalanka feel jealous and call him a spoiled brat. At any rate, the rural feel of that place reminds Noah of his hometown and he cannot calm down. Suddenly, a hand comes towards Noah and he gets creeped out to see an old elf. The old elf asks him if he is Sir Noah. Noah agrees and wonders if she needs something from him. She thanks Noah a lot and says that now her son can peacefully return to the earth. Everyone comes out of their houses and starts gossiping about Noah defeating the dragon. Everyone joins their hands and thanks Noah. Alyssa says that it may feel a bit awkward but he shall accept it. Noah agrees and thinks that he just wanted the dragon to join him and he feels a bit guilty about it. One of the elves says that now they can finally bid farewell to those days of despair. At last, Alyssa takes Noah and Rory towards her house. She says that at any rate, even though Sir Noah has accomplished so much, he still does not want their thank and says that he is looking more and more like Ricarla. Noah feels a bit teased by that. While they are on their way to Alice's house, two kids come to them and ask if he is Sir Noah. They then ask if he is the one who beat the dragon and say that he is really cool. One of them says that he wants to be just like him when he grows up and the other one agrees too. Bao says that his master is really popular. Rory says that it is expected from the Lord. Noah asks them to stop with that. Alyssa asks the kids to leave it at that as Sir Noah is exhausted. She then says that once she is gone, they will be the ones to protect the village and they are happy to hear that. Noah wonders what she means by gone. He wonders if Alyssa gone means that she will be leaving that place. Alyssa does not reply to him and takes them to her home. In the imperial capital, Marin is shocked to see that he is not there. The receptionist says that even if she says so, he is not there. Every single employee knows the names of all the S rankers by heart. Just to be sure, she checked out the A ranks as well. However, there was no one named Noah Whitefield. The receptionist asks Marin if she should also check B rankers and lower. Marin requests her to do so. However, the receptionist says that there are far too many of them so it will take some time and they will require a different rate. Marin asks her to introduce her to S-rank adventurers instead. Upon hearing that, the receptionist says that just the other day, there were two of them there. They are on a quest right now and its contents are secret, so she cannot tell her about it. Marin feels bad to hear that. The receptionist then says that if she stays there and waits then someone should show up eventually. However, she cannot promise that. Marin thanks her and leaves disappointed. On her way back, she thinks that Noah was able to subdue a minotaur and yet he is not recorded as in a rank or higher. She looks at the urgent request and wonders just who is Noah. Back in the hidden village of elves, Noah excuses his intrusion. Alyssa says that there is not much in her house but they shall make themselves comfortable. Noah notices that it is really just the bare necessities. There are not even walls between the rooms. Talking about the conversation earlier, Alyssa tells them that she has sold herself as a slave and then she will probably sell for 50 gold pieces. Alyssa smiles and says that if it is as thanks for saving the village then even as a slave, she would be able to hold her chest high. Noah is quite astonished to hear that. He tells her that he does not have any interest in that. He has already told her that he does not need a reward. Alyssa says that she has already prepared herself. Alyssa says that elves uphold their promises no matter what so she will have to do it. Noah apologizes and says that he beat the dragon for his own sake because he just wanted him to join them so this cannot be considered something like a quest. Knowing that Rory is staring at him, he knows that if he says the wrong thing there then he will die. Alyssa shouts and says that in that case, she will become Noah's slave. Noah is shocked to hear that and asks her why. Alyssa tells him that the elves do not know much about human standards but from their perspective, her appearance is acceptable as she thinks so. She then asks Noah if he also thinks the same and he agrees to her. Noah could sense an enormous pressure coming from the left and he knows that he needs to do something about it. Noah then asks Alyssa to calm down and says that they are friends. She is stunned to know that Noah considers her as his friend. He tells her that they are on a journey right now but they do not have a particular goal. If possible, they would like to stay in the hidden village of elves for a few days. So, rather than a slave, they are friends and they can speak to each other equally and that is what he wants. Alyssa is stunned to hear him call her a friend. She apologizes for saying something so weird. She runs away while saying that she will go and get changed. Also, she asks them to put down their baggage as well. Noah feels a bit relaxed to see that he somehow made it through that. Noah sits back on the bed with Bao. However, he feels just a bit disappointed. He notices Rory and Bao staring at him and wonders what it is. She then smiles and says that he was thinking that he was a bit disappointed just now. Noah then says he is not and asks just who she thinks she is. She calls him a peeper and Alyssa comes out at the same time. She says to Sir Noah that she is afraid that she only has her late father's old clothes, but he shall make use of them. Noah wears them and thanks her since they are a perfect fit and even the boots are perfect for him. Alyssa is happy to see that. Noah then says that his clothes were tatters after having fought with monsters and bandits. Alyssa says that it is not her specialty but asks for permission to mend his clothes. However, Ruri grabs his clothes and does not let Alyssa take them. Alyssa asks her if something is wrong and so she says that it is her job. Alyssa on the other hand says that she could never ask that of a guest and so both of them start fighting over it. Noah and Bao are shocked as they call out his name. Noah apologizes and asks Alyssa to leave that to Ruri since her class is made and if she does not do chores then she will not level up. Upon hearing that, Alyssa apologizes to Miss Ruri. Now then, they decide to eat dinner. Seeing all the food, Noah asks if he can really eat all of that. Bao says that he helped too and then Bao says that they do not eat meat there so she is sorry for the dishes mainly being vegetables but to think that she would get to eat with someone like that again after her parents had passed away with her friends makes her happy. Alyssa then asks Noah what he plans to do from there on. Noah says that they do not have a goal in mind but somehow it feels like they have become one big family. So, it would be nice to build a house somewhere and live there in peace. Ruri says that she will handle the meals and Noah agrees with her. Noah then says that while it may seem boring, it has been his dream to live in peace with his comrades. Upon hearing that, Alyssa asks them to live in that village instead. Noah mentions the monsters that follow him but Alyssa says that it is not a problem since everyone already knows that. Finally, Noah agrees with that and asks Ruri if she is fine with that too and it sounds fun to her. Alyssa is quite happy to hear that and says that she will tell the village leader about this and she plans to give them another welcome. After having dinner, Noah asks Alyssa if it is okay to take her bed after she has treated him so well. Alyssa says that he has done so much today so he does not need to hold himself back. Noah then prepares to sleep. While lying on the bed, he thinks that it has been a while since he has slept under a roof and considers it to be a good night. A little later, Alyssa gets up and says to Sir Noah that she was so happy when he asked her to be his friend. However, she asks him to tell her in advance if he ever changes his mind since she will have to prepare herself and such for that. Alyssa blushes and puts the blanket over herself while wishing Noah good sleep. Noah is left wondering why she said that just now. At the same time, Noah notices Ruri staring at him and he just tries to defend himself by saying that he has not done anything and so there goes Noah's good night's sleep. Back in the imperial capital, while Marin sits in a cafe and has her hot drink, she hears someone talk about the dragon slaying quest and finds out that it has already been taken by two S-rankers, Sherry, the Rainbow Sage, and Randy, the Iron Ball Destroyer. One of them says that it is not all either as it appears as if someone else is also coming. The guy gives a small gold coin while wondering if it will be enough and the other guy says that it is more than enough. He says that his friends are rushing him and requests him to take him there in a hurry. Marin recognizes him as Lord Drake, the King of Fists. He is so famous that even she has heard about him. Among S-rankers, he is in a league of his own. The driver asks him where should he take him. Drake tells him to take him to Lafar's village. The driver asks him if he is headed there for the Ricarler ruins. Drake denies it and says that it is for what is behind that. At the same time, the guys inside the cafe laugh about 3 S-rankers taking on a dragon. It turns out that it will happen in the Forest of Monsters. Upon hearing that, Marin thinks that if she goes there then she can find an S-ranker. She puts the coins on the table and leaves. The Forest of Monsters is next to the Ricarler ruins and Marin thinks that they may help her if she asks them. At the same time, she thinks that even if that does not work, Noah may still be in that forest. She recalls what Noah told him and concludes that to get to the neighboring kingdom, one would always take the road but, for some reason, they went through the forest. She hurries up as she thinks that they must have something to do in the forest and there is a high chance that they are still near there. She then hurries to the Forest of Monsters. The next morning, Ruri wakes up and goes out. She meets Alyssa and they greet each other good morning. Alyssa tells her that she was about to wake up Sir Noah as well and she has some good news. After some time, Noah is quite happy and surprised to see that they are giving him his own house. Alyssa tells him that she asked the village leader for his approval but it is far from the village and there are some issues. As soon as Noah tries to open the door, the knob comes in his hand and the door falls inside. Alyssa then tells him that it has been abandoned for a long time and it may need a bit of cleaning. Noah realizes that the place does not need cleaning but it needs to be rebuilt. Leaving the cleaning aside, Noah tells her that he does not have any repair or construction skills. A man comes to the scene at the same time and asks Noah to leave that to him. Alyssa introduces him as Lute, the best architect in the village. He is the one who has built most of the buildings in the village. Noah notices 2 kids peeking from behind Lute. He introduces them as his grandchildren. They kept saying that they wanted to play with the monsters but he does not think that bad monsters would follow him. Lute thinks that those monsters must be like a pain. Noah says that he is fine either way. Jalanka moves up and asks his liege to let him handle them. He says that it is no issue for a knight to protect children, unlike those guys with their builds and muscle brains. He purposely offends Mino and Puppy and they start fighting again. Puppy says that he is a dragon, respected by all, and there is no doubt that he will be popular. Mino calls it a showdown. The kids start playing with Jelenka and Mino, but Puppy is left alone. Noah slightly laughs because of what Puppy said. Puppy feels embarrassed and says that he is wrong. They must still be frightened by him and they will come to him in due time. Noah continues to talk about it and Puppy starts dripping. Noah asks him when will they start coming over, and Puppy runs away crying, saying that he will be surrounded by those children tomorrow since he has not gone all out yet. He flies off while asking his master Noah to not bully him. Noah wonders if he went a bit too far. At the same time, Alyssa comes and asks Noah if he has a moment regarding the drawings for the restructuring. She asks him to give his thoughts on them. While Noah gives her his thoughts on the restructuring, he hears the kids give up. They find Jelenka so strong that they could not do anything even in 2-on-1. Noah then tells them that Jelenka is aiming to become a knight. The kids are fascinated to hear that. One of the kid then goes to Jelenka and requests him to let him be a part of his knight squad from there on. Jelenka in his language says that it is too early for him and he is not fit for it yet. The kid wonders what he is saying as he cannot understand him at all. Noah pats Jelenka and asks him not to be mean and let him enter. Jelenka feels embarrassed about it. The other girls bring a present for Captain Jelenka and say that if he is a knight then he needs medals. Jelenka is surprised to see that they made it for him. Jelenka becomes quite happy from that and says that he shall gracefully accept them and that they will protect that village. The kids do not understand what he is saying but cheer up with him while laughing. They also made something for Noah. They put a crown of flowers over his head since they heard that he was a lord. Rory likes it and says that it really fits Master Noah. Chappie had helped them in making it. Noah is surprised to hear that and says that he is more nimble than he thought and thanks Chappie for it. They then decide to make more as they find it bliss. Noah thinks that he wants to try it too, as this sense of peace is the life he has always dreamt of. 3 days later, Puppy wonders why he is being treated like that. Noah asks him what it was and asks if he forgot what he did. Puppy shouts that it is tearing off. A while ago, Noah had said that the floor plans are finally done and then can now give it their all. Rory says Master Noah on fire. Noah misunderstands it and says that of course, he is on fire as it is the first step towards his new life. However, she then points in a direction and shows the smoke. Noah then realizes that his home is on fire. Wondering who did it, all the kids point at Puppy and so Noah understands that he is completely surrounded. Noah says that he was not popular with the children so he spewed fire to get their attention and ended up. As a punishment, Noah plans give 5 more punches to him. Puppy starts crying and says that he is a dragon so everyone always runs away. He just wanted to appeal to them a bit, so he has never gotten to play with children. Noah pats Puppy gently and says that he must have had it hard. As soon as Puppy feels good, Noah starts pulling out its claws and asks if that is what he wants to hear. He then asks him if he really needs to spew fire to get their attention. Noah says that he is going to break as his guts are going to spill out. Noah decides to give it a try. He will just be him. Then he can forgive him. Rory asks Master Noah to be mean to Puppy. Even if she says so, it is completely his fault and what is burned cannot be returned. Rory says that Puppy is reflecting on his actions. Puppy says that he is reflecting and says that she is in her debt. Rory pats Puppy and says that he is a cute idiot. Puppy says if anything happens from there on, he shall protect her. Noah says that it cannot be helped since they will have to rebuild it and Puppy will have to help. Noah asks Mino and Jelenka to come with him. Bao bites Noah's arm and says that he will come as well. Noah asks him not to bite people even if it is play biting. Chappie says that he will go too, but one of the kids wants to play more with Chappie. Noah realizes that she has taken a liking to him. Noah then says that they will be out for a bit, but will be back soon enough. He asks Chappie to just wait there and protect the village from any bad guys while the captain is gone and that he will be counting on him. Chappie and Noah bump their fists and they head on their ways. Back in the present, Noah tells Puppy that it is still only the first trip for new materials. A little later, Jelenka suggests Noah to leave the big one behind the next time. If he shakes like that every time then he will be of no use. Mino says that he is just shaking with excitement. Noah realizes that Mino is afraid of heights and that he did not know he had a cute side as well. Jelenka calls him pathetic and Mino says that he is wrong. Puppy then says that they will be back shortly. Suddenly, Puppy notices something. He says to Noah that something appears to be off. Seeing the smoke, Noah tells Puppy to hurry up as he is getting a bad feeling. Noah is worried and wonders if the villagers and Chappie are safe. As they get closer, they see Chappie fighting 2 people. One of them punches Chappie and he falls away with a hole in his chest. Everyone is shocked to see that Chappie was defeated with just 1 punch. Noah picks Rory up and apologizes to her while telling her to hold on tight. Puppy tries to stop him by telling him not to get off so suddenly, but Noah does not listen to him. One of the kids goes to Chappie and starts crying. Alyssa is quite shocked to see and wonders how could they kill Sir Chappie. The kids burst out of anger and started throwing rocks at those humans. However, their shield does not let the rocks even touch them. Sherry says that the elves sure are an ungrateful bunch since they took care of the monster for them. Maybe they would get more obedient if they burned their homes. Randy tells her not to do so as it would be faster just to beat 2-3 of them half to death. However, Drake steps forward and requests the elves to calm down. He tells them that they have come to subjugate the dragon and asks them if they have any information on it. Suddenly, Noah lands behind them with Ruri. Shiri, Randy, and Drake are surprised to see a human coming from the sky. As they look up, they see the dragon that they are looking for and consider it bad timing. Noah tells Ruri to stand back for a bit. The S-rankers tell him to get away from there and hurry behind them. However, Noah uses Analyze. Sherry is shocked as she feels like magic is winding around her and wonders if it is Analyze. She is confused as if it ignored her shield. The men had not noticed yet. Randy then asks Sherry what is she doing. Sherry tries to pour in enough magic but realizes that he is forcing his way through. Suddenly, her shelf cracks. She is stunned as she thinks that there should not be anyone on that continent who can do it against her and wonders just who he is. Noah now knows that they are level 51 Heavy Warrior, Randy Jackman, level 59 Master Fighter, Drake Death Scythe, and level 53 Sage, Sherry McLean. Noah lifts his finger towards them. Drake asks him what he is doing and tells him to hurry and get behind. Noah then says that it was him. In one instance, Noah punches Drake and he hits the wall behind him. Randy asks if that is a joke. In the midst of the heated conversation, Noah confidently remarks that not only is he sturdy, but he is resolute in his decision to not hold back. This statement catches the attention of Randy and Sherry, who are taken aback by Noah's dismissive attitude towards them. Feeling a mix of frustration and curiosity, Randy questions Noah's sudden departure, seeking an explanation for his seemingly hasty exit. Sensing the tension in the air, both Randy and Sherry instinctively decide to retreat, fearing the repercussions of engaging further with Noah. It becomes clear to them that if they were to proceed and confront Noah head-on, they would be risking being caught in the crossfire of his unforgiving words or actions. Randy is stunned to see that he really unconsciously backed so far off. However, there is no mistaking that what he just felt was death. They cannot believe it. Randy tells them to stop right there, but Noah does not listen to him. At the same time, the Sky Dragon lands and asks if he really just heard him say that they wanted to subjugate him. To him, it appears that the lowly humans have grown quite arrogant in the past millennium. Randy wonders if the two of them can really take on the ancient dragon. That is not even all, since there are other monsters too. Sherry says that it was not what they were told. As Mino's fury engulfs him, he bursts forth with uncontrollable rage, unable to contain the storm of emotions within him. Chappie, who had been Mino's first sworn brother, met a gruesome fate at the hands of those responsible, intensifying the flames of anger burning in Mino's heart. The sheer betrayal and loss of such a cherished friendship fuels his determination to never forgive the culprits. Amidst the chaos, a heart-wrenching scene unfolds before them. A sobbing child, distraught and horrified, points out that it is not just Sir Chappie who lies lifeless, but even a young innocent, their frail body drenched in crimson, a stark reminder of the brutal violence that has transpired. Randy notices a glove and wonders if a monster is challenging them to a duel. Jelenka then says that he was granted that medal by that girl and she shall repay in kind, be it in kindness or in malice. Jelenka Doran Herbert Grisham will now commence his battle. While courageously marching forward, Noah firmly states that he will entrust dealing with Chappie's adversaries to his allies, acknowledging the undeniable enmity they share. Commanding them with authority, Noah urges Randy and Sherry to eliminate the threat without mercy, causing their knees to quiver with trepidation. Sensing their fear, Alyssa approaches Sir Noah, her eyes filled with remorse, humbly beseeching him to grant her a temporary reprieve. Understanding her need, Noah kindly grants Alyce's request, moments before urging her to swiftly escort the vulnerable villagers to a place of safety, ensuring their well-being amidst the approaching chaos. Noah, feeling deep remorse and taking full responsibility, goes over to Chappie to sincerely apologize for the situation. With utmost sincerity in his voice, Noah explains that he understands it was his own fault and promises to make things right promptly. He kindly requests Chappie to patiently wait right there while he swiftly takes care of the matter. In order to ensure that Chappie is not left alone during this time, Noah gathers Rory and Bao and instructs them to stay by Chappie's side, understanding that it would be inconsiderate to leave him alone in such a vulnerable position. Seeing the girl bleed, Rory wipes the blood and asks if she was hit by a splinter. The girl cries out loud and says that Chappie protected the village from those bad people. He promised that he would play with her again because he was so kind. She is scared that he will not be able to rest in peace. Rory tells her not to worry as she is sure that he will rest in peace. She also gets emotional and starts crying out loud with the girl and Bao. Noah heads over to Drake and finally finds him crashed on a tree. Drake tries to get up and says that it is the first time that he has felt such disgrace. He bursts out of rage and shouts, asking who he thinks he is. Noah says that he does not care and tells him to stop whining and come at him. Noah intimidates him by saying that he will crave it into his body and kill him in an instant. It is a fight between the King of Fists, Drake Death Scythe, and the monster tamer, Noah.